अथातो भक्तिं व्याख्यास्यामः. Now we shall expound on bhakti. This sutra has 4 words in it. At, bhakti and vyakhyāsyāma. At is mangalvachak, auspicious. It is added in the beginning of mantras to invoke auspiciousness. We are undertaking a divine venture. The receiving of God's knowledge, and that is why we invoke His blessings, we invoke holiness. That word At symbolizes it. And what is At? At means now. Narad says, now I will expound on bhakti. Why now? Because this is not the first scripture that Narad wrote. The first time he wrote Narad Smriti. In that he described karmakand or rituals. So there was a whole bunch of rituals there. Do this, don't do this, sprinkle the water like this, ring the bell like that. And then Narad thought this doesn't serve the purpose. So the next time he wrote Narad Pancharatra. The Pancharatra is a mixture of Karmakand and Bhakti. So the puja that is done in the temples, they utilize Narad Pancharatra. How should I do my worship? Now, it is not pure Karmakand, it's a mixture of Karma plus Bhakti. But Narad was still not satisfied with this. He said, I want something that is completely pure. And that is why now he wrote the Bhakti Darshan. He also did it as a response to his father's instructions. So who is Narad's father? Brahma, Srishtikarta, the creator. Brahmaji had explained bhakti to Narad. And then he instructed him, Sarvatmanya khiladhare iti sankalpya varnaya. My child, I wish you to propagate bhakti throughout the universe. So Narad made a resolve before Bhakti Devi. Bhakti Devi was worried that Kali Yuga is come. Now who will accept me? Kali Yuga is an ocean of faults. The twin characteristics of Kali Yuga are quarrel and hypocrisy. So Bhakti thought, in this age of Kali, people will put big boards. This fan is donated by so-and-so, this fan is donated by... But who will actually do bhakti? The hypocrisy will be there. And because of quarrel, people will say, I'll not get into this, I'll not get into that. So Bhakti Devi was worried. Kali Yuga is coming. Yudhishthir became so worried, he left his kingdom and ran. You see, before Kali Yuga began, one Brahman and one trader came to Yudhishthir. It seemed like the trader had sold his house to the Brahman. So when the Brahman started digging, he discovered there was a treasure under the ground. And they both came to Yudhishthir. The Brahman said, look, I purchased this house, the plot. I did not purchase the treasure. It doesn't belong to me, it belongs to him. And the trader said, when I sold it, I sold everything. If he's got treasure, it is his. Yudhishthir said, my, the people of my kingdom, they are so honest and they have such integrity and sacrifice. I am proud of them. But then, in between, the news came that Lord Krishna has departed. He has put his leelas to a close. And he has departed for his divine abode. So Yudhishthir now started thinking what to do. The two of them, the Brahman and the trader, returned. 6 months had gone by. The trader said that, Maharaj, I made a mistake. I had sold the house. I had not sold the treasure. So the treasure should come to me. And the Brahman was saying that he has got no right over the treasure. When I bought it, I bought everything. Yudhishthir said, what has happened to the intellect of these two? The Bhimsen said, my dear brother, this is the effect of Kali Yuga. I was walking around the kingdom and I saw an instrument on a door. So I asked somebody, what is this yantra or instrument called? They said it is called a tala or a lock. I said, what is the purpose of this? He said, they have started being thefts and robberies, hence people are putting this instrument. Yudhishthir decided that Kali Yuga has come, Sri Krishna has gone, let me also depart. And that is when he went for his Swargarohan. So, because of Kali Yuga, Bhakti Devi was worried. Who will accept me? And Narad made a resolve in front of Bhakti Devi. He said, Kalina sadrisho loke yuge nasti varanane tasmin stvam sanstapayashyami gehe gehe jane jane. He said that there is no yug or age better than Kali Yuga when it comes to doing bhakti. And why so? Because in the other ages, people have so much of strength, bodily strength, the strength of austerity, so many mystical abilities. They don't develop the akinchan bhav, the feeling that I am shelterless. And in the age of Kali, we are all helpless. One virus strikes in 3 days. Why didn't you come for the lecture? Swamiji, I had virus, 104 degrees. So in this age of Kali, we are all helpless. Hence, that humbleness, that feeling that we are destitute and we need to go to the shelter of He who is the refuge of the destitutes, that develops easily in the age of Kali. So the other ages are better for the paths of austerity. But for this path of bhakti, there is no yug like Kali Yuga. So Naradji started lifting his hands and dancing, Jai Kali Yuga, Jai Kali Yuga. And he made this resolve. He said, I will establish Bhakti Devi in every house and in every heart. You see, this is the resolve. People make a resolve. I will marry this girl or I will die. And Narad is making a resolve. I will establish bhakti in everybody's heart or I will die in the process. Kripaluji made a resolve. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had made it 500 years ago. Prithvi te aate yato nagaradi gram sarvatra prachar hoibe mora naam. He said, in every village and city of the world, my name will be remembered. And Kripaluji Maharaj 500 years later made a resolve. The day will come, I may not be present, but I'll get it done. That in every street, I will get the name of Radhe to be chanted. So Naradji, with his resolve that he will establish Bhakti Devi in our hearts, he has written this scripture. Now look, we only need to cooperate and allow him to do what he is desiring. Naradji also wrote this Bhakti Darshan for another purpose. Once, he was in Vrindavan, and there he found a gopi sitting in meditation. So, Narad thought, what does the gopi meditate upon? I've heard of Niranjan Gyan. I've also heard of Surandran Dhyan. But what is the dhyan of the gopi? So Narad sat down besides. After an hour, when the gopi opened her eyes, Narad said, Deviji, can you please satisfy my curiosity? What were you meditating upon? The gopi said, Naradji, forget it. No, please, please. No, forget it. Narad said, now I'm so curious. You're not telling me, my curiosity is increased further. You have to tell me. The gopi said, I was trying to take my mind away from Sri Krishna. She's sitting and trying to yank her mind away from God. Narad said, what? Everybody tries to draw the mind away from the world and on to God. You're doing the reverse. Gopi said what to do. His form is so embedded in my mind. Whatever I do, he lands up there. If I am churning the butter, it seems that he is coming and dropping the pots. If I am cleaning the floor, it seems he is running on it. If I am putting the children to sleep, it seems like he is waking them up. Now I understand that it is not him, it's my mind playing tricks. The mind has got so unified with him that his form comes everywhere. That is why I was striving so hard to take my mind away from him, but I was not succeeding. The Narad was extremely impressed. He said, Pratyarhitya munikshanam vishayato yasmin manodhitsati balasau vishayeshu sajjati manah pratyaharanti tata. Big yogis in their meditation strive that somehow or the other they should withdraw the mind from the world and attach it at the feet of God, and they don't succeed. And look at this gopi. She is trying the reverse sadhana and not succeeding. That is the power of bhakti. So Narad was so impressed. This bhakti, its glories must be propagated, and everybody must receive the gift of bhakti. So he says, At bhaktim vyakhyāsyāmaha. Now I am going to expound on this topic of bhakti.